Thank you, everyone, for being here to celebrate with us tonight. Gary Stewart, I miss you. Special thanks to my wife, who knows me better than anyone and loves me anyway. I want to thank the servers who are here tonight from Local 11. This incredible night would not be possible without the love and hard work of the amazing Liberty Hill team of staff and board members. Please raise your hands, all of you. Thank you all. I am so proud to be here to share this stage with our honorees tonight, like State Senator Holly Mitchell, against powerful opposition. She is bravely championing the cause of keeping kids out of jail. Jared Rivera and I have been conspiring to fuel a new tenants' rights movement for a decade. And 12 years ago, Tori Osborne, my mentor and friend, scored me a seat on Liberty Hill's Volunteer Community Funding Board and set us all on this path. The three of you are stars in the fight for justice. You make tonight a genuine Liberty Hill constellation. It's the kind of night sky a sailor prays for when she sets sail for justice's far shore. Tonight, that shore looks a little closer than it has in a couple of years. When Donald Trump was elected, if you felt the joy of steady progress turn to ashes in your mouth, you were not alone. We watched hate strip off its mask and walk in daylight. We saw a movement emerge that lived for its own cruelty while it consolidated power. So what did we do? We're organizers, so we organized. California, Los Angeles, Liberty Hill resisted. We got to work. We did what we have done for 40 years. It happens very, very slowly until it happens all at once. Justice feeds its own fire. Courage fans its own flames. And we watched the kind of grassroots organizing that we have nurtured for years inspire a blue tsunami. Justice feeds its own fire. But justice isn't perfect, and justice isn't done. So here in Los Angeles, let's hold ourselves up to the standard we bear. Nearly 40,000 people sleep on our streets. As hard as we work to fix that, more lose their homes every day to a broken and untamed housing market. Los Angeles is the largest urban oil field, and we have the highest number of premature deaths from air pollution. On block after block in low-income communities of color, derricks pump. Your lungs get tired, your nose bleeds, your head spins. We arrest and jail more children than anywhere else in the United States. It's easy to look at this state of affairs and call it hypocrisy. Look at those liberals telling everybody what to do. But it's worse than hypocrisy. It's dangerous. We cannot afford to throw these lives away. Every light that's dimmed because a child lives in fear of losing her home or breathing her hair or spending another night in jail is light we don't get back. And we need that light. That's why Liberty Hill announced its agenda for a just future. That's why we decided to stand up with our beautiful coalition, forged over decades, stronger in numbers, the Liberty Hill community of low-wage workers, of Black and brown and Asian people, of lesbian, gay, bi, trans, and queer people, of immigrants. We will stand up and fight for our homes, for our health, for our planet, and for our youth. Our homes. Decades ago, Liberty Hill helped birth LA's tenants' rights movement. Today, across the county, in unincorporated areas, and in city after city, from Inglewood to Pasadena to Pomona, new renters' rights organizations are stepping up and clasping hands with champions in government, powered by our donors and funders. We are fighting for a roof over every head. Together, we're going to win rent caps and eviction protections for nearly 1 million Angelenos and build power with families who don't know how much power they already have. For our planet and our health, our Stand LA coalition with our government allies and fueled by our donors and funders is shutting down oil fields across LA. And we're going to end toxic neighborhood oil drilling right here in Los Angeles. Across the country, activists are stoking the flame for a Green New Deal. If you want proof that a Green New Deal can win and can work, take a look at the environmental justice movement that was launched by people in this room. And for our youth, we've seen the cracks in the wall of youth incarceration, and I want you to know how ready I am to pull down that wall with my own 2 hands. Take a second right now and just think about a 12-year-old child, someone you know, a kid you watched grow up. Imagine that child in a cell, in a jail. He's lonely. He can't call his parents. Even a short stay lets the system get deep hooks inside him. The research shows what imprisonment does to young, developing brains. It makes them quicker to anger, slower to learn, more likely to commit future crimes. Let's take the money we spend on punishment and use it to wrap our arms around the tens of thousands of children who need our help to fulfill their potential. Let's dismantle that system of punishment that's failing our kids and replace it with a system of care that actually works. We can do it, and we've begun to do it because of your work. The donors and funders and organizers and advocates and government leaders in this room and many others. Because of you, today we arrest and jail fewer and divert more into care and support. We have the record, from overturning 3 strikes to slashing school suspensions. We have the allies at every level of government, county supervisors, state legislators, my fellow police commissioners, President Obama's foundation, not to mention our youth leaders like Laquan and Anthony, who have been mistreated by the system, who have survived it, to lead with love and joy. And we have all of you, our Liberty Hill family. More than ever before, you're doing the work. You're organizing youth. You're sending letters to legislators and talking to your neighbors and your houses of worship. You're donating more than ever before. Being here tonight matters. Imagine how the kids in jail tonight would feel if they knew your hearts were with them. I'm going to visit them soon, and I can't wait to tell them. Every one of us has a job to do. We know that we can make a difference. We know that we must make a difference. It happens very slowly until it happens all at once. 22 years ago, my own brother was one of those children who got thrown away by the failure of a system that could have rescued him, but chose to grind him down. 22 years ago, I was the girl who pressed her hand against the glass to meet her brothers, who cried on the train all the way back home to a house filled with cockroaches. 22 years later, I know how long it can take hope to struggle up through the cracks. Tend it with me. Refuse to let it fade and die. Cruelty can lock children in iceboxes at the border or across town in Boyle Heights. It can call itself Trumpism or just business as usual. And every time, its result is the same: racism, resentment, mass incarceration, homelessness, climate catastrophe. If we don't feed the fire of justice, we will drown the generation who will lead us out. There is another way. You have known it for decades. You've shared it with the world. We organize, we vote, we raise up the leaders who have faced eviction, oil companies, prison bars, and we follow those leaders to justice's far shore. We walk together, guided by our brightest stars and our love for one another. We are farther along than we know. Thank you.